Hey guys, how's it going? Jose here. Welcome back to another video. Welcome back to the channel. This time I'm going to be checking out this brand new monitor by BenQ. Now, if you've been following my channel, you'll notice that BenQ have been sending monitors for review, so I can make videos for you guys, so I can share my experience with their monitors. And so far, having sort of like a good experience, but the biggest disappointment has been the brightness for HDR. And so I talked to BenQ about many different aspects, but one of them, the biggest one, was that the HDR that they provide on their monitors is not that bright. So finally, they have come out with this brand new monitor. This is the EX3203R, which they're marketing this monitor as a 2560 by 1440p with 144 hertz of refresh rate. So if you have a beefy computer that is able to run this resolution at that performance, that is pretty awesome. I do recommend to use that DisplayPort cable instead of HDMI, so you can reach that kind of performance on this monitor. Also, it features FreeSync 2. FreeSync 2 has been one of the newest topics that they have been implementing, that FreeSync 2 with the Xbox One X, and of course the AMD video cards. So basically what FreeSync 2 does, it helps reduce jitter, also works really good with HDR content, and also has LFC, which stands for low frame rate compensation. Pretty much LFC algorithm monitors like this one renders rates and adaptively inserts additional frames to enforce smoothness to games. Pretty much like if you're running a game that is 30 to 35 frames per second or lower, LFC will help you to have a much smoother experience with that game. Another cool feature about this monitor, guys, is something that BenQ calls AMA, which stands for Advanced Motion Acceleration. Pretty much what this does is it enables or drives more voltage to the liquid crystals so that they will align into a place to produce an image much faster. So let's say that this monitor response time is 5 milliseconds. Once you activate AMA, this reduces to 1 millisecond monitor. How cool is that? This technology is part of BenQ, the gaming monitors from BenQ, but they also are introducing this features to this kind of monitor. Now, this is just something that I wanted to share with you guys. There's of course more information that I'm going to talk about in this video, so make sure you sit back, relax, and let's do this. All right, guys, so let's start with the beginning. Okay, first off, let me show you the settings that I'm using on the Xbox One X. It's gonna be really super quick. I'm gonna try to make it as fast as possible. But first, we're gonna go into the menu. We're gonna go into display and sound and video output. Now, even though this monitor is being marketed as a 1440p resolution, the Xbox One X takes this as a 4K. Now, this is funny because the other day I was reading an article that a lot of companies are actually using 4K panels on their 1440p resolution monitors. They don't know which brands, they don't know which models or which company, but they are implementing that because it's actually kind of cheaper to just use a firmware to make this monitor as a 1440p instead of making a 1440p display. So in this case, BenQ, or at least this monitor, is working as a 4K monitor with my Xbox One X. You can also make it work with your PC, but it's always recommended to use a 1440p resolution because you can also use 144 hertz of refresh rate. Now, another thing I noticed is that even though I get the 120 hertz option right here, I cannot use it unless I use 1080p. Now, if I use 1080p, I will also lose HDR. And so, honestly, in my case, I'd rather have 4K 60 and with HDR than 1080p, but it's up to you. You can also change this to, let me go over here, right here. If you go to display in overscan, you can change this to HDMI. That way it'll allow you to use the 1440p resolution in this option, but you can only use it as a 60 hertz of refresh rate. So this is kind of confusing for me right now on the Xbox One X. I don't know if there's something wrong with the monitor. Maybe they're not communicating good with each other, but as long as I'm able to play 4K 60, I'm good with that. And I'll show you right now too the 4K TV details. Now also another thing I noticed is that you cannot use 4K at 50 hertz, which honestly I don't even care about that, because most of the content that I use or we use here is 24 hertz or 30 hertz or 60 hertz or 120, 100. So 50 hertz doesn't really bother me. And that is pretty much it over here. Yeah, that is pretty much it. These are the settings that I'm using here with my Xbox One X. Now we're gonna move on to the settings from the monitor, which I'm gonna show you right now. There's a lot of things that you can change. Here in this part right here, we have the color vibrance. Now I put this at 10 because if you increase this, you'll notice all the colors, they get super saturated. I don't think it looks good. I think a number 10, it looks really good. Now over here right next to it, we have the contrast, which I have it also at 50. Right next to it, we have the brightness, which is all the way up to 100%, right? Then we're gonna jump into another menu. In this menu, we have the display. You can go over here and then we're gonna jump into, we have only two different options. Picture in picture. I mean, you guys have, BenQ is gonna give you so many options on their monitors. I don't really use this, but we're gonna move on to the picture settings. Now over here, picture, we can adjust the brightness, contrast, sharpness, gamma. I have the gamma at 3. Color temperature is at normal. We can reset, and this is the AMA, which, like I talked about it in the beginning of the video, advanced motion acceleration. I have this one. They give you, you can either turn it off or have it in high or have it in premium. I have mine on premium. All right, then we're gonna move on to, that's it. That is the last part of this one. We're gonna go in picture advanced settings. Over here in picture mode, we have the option to use standard or HDR, but this is a emulated HDR, which basically it adds just a lot more contrast and the black levels are increased. Honestly, guys, I don't like this one, but you have the option. We have the cinema, HDR, sRGB, photo, gamer, gamer 2, gamer 3, custom 1, custom 2, and mBook. To be honest, standard looks really good in my opinion, so we're gonna leave it like that. We also we have the color vibrancy once again here, the low blue light, just in case if you want to reduce the blue light, which this helps your eyes. Super resolution, overscan, display mode, I have it in full, and brightness intelligence plus. This is another feature from BenQ. Brightness intelligence plus, you can turn this one on or off. Pretty much has a sensor that it just regulates the brightness of the monitor depending of what kind of ambient light you have in your room. So if you want to use that, it's a really cool option. In my opinion, I don't use it because HDR content, I want it to be as bright as possible. With this one, it'll just reduce the brightness. So let me just turn it on right now. I don't know if you start noticing, but it'll start to decrease the brightness. You can also change the sensor sensitivity right here and have a light meter just to see if it's working. Right now I already noticed that it got really dim, so let me go over here and turn this off. Boom, and the brightness is back again. This is a really cool option if you work at night and then you don't want this super bright light when you open an internet tablet or internet window. All right, so just duration. Over here we have the audio. This monitor doesn't have any speakers, so this controls the audio from the 3.5mm jack that's included for just in case if you want to add speakers or if you want to add your headphones. Then over here on the system we have more settings, OSD settings, custom key 1, 2, and 3. We have the FreeSync. We have FreeSync normal or FreeSync premium. I have mine on premium. DDC CI, I have this one on. USB Type-C configuration. You can choose what kind of, resolution. No, yeah, USB 3.1 or 2.0. You can either choose one of those. Also, display port switch account, HDMI auto switch, USB Type-C, auto power off, resolution notice. It'll tell you what kind of resolution you're running. And information right here. This is what I wanted to show you guys. Right now, as you notice, like I said, this monitor is marketed as a 1440p, but the Xbox One X takes this as a 3840 by 2160 at 60 Hz. Optimal resolution will be 2560 by 1440 at 144 Hz. That will be the ideal, but this is a 4K display monitor. That is pretty awesome. I'm not sure why BenQ doesn't market this as a 4K monitor. I don't know, but the Xbox One X will take it as a 4K, and I'm really happy about that. And also it'll tell you, if you have HDR right there, and that is pretty much it. Display port, you have 1.1 or 1.4 display port, and that is pretty much it. These are the settings once you are playing with SDR. Once we change to HDR, these settings are going to change, and I'm gonna show you right now. All right, so guys, so now then we enter an HDR game. You're gonna notice that we have very limited options. Let me just turn it off. Over here we have very limited option settings. So over here on the display, nothing. Picture, we can only adjust the sharpness, reset it, or AMA. That is it. Then advanced picture settings, we can only change HDR to HDR or Cinema HDR, which I have it on Cinema HDR. I think it looks beautiful. I like this. We can add the super resolution, overscan, and the display mode, and brightness intelligence plus. That's it. Have the audio and the system. Right over here, the system, we can of course change this. We have the Freesync also, normal or premium, and we can check out the information. 3840 by 2160 at 60 Hz, and HDR is on. This is the EX3203R. Okay, perfect. And that's it. We cannot do a lot of any changes when HDR is enabled on this monitor, but trust me, I like this a lot. It looks beautiful, especially because now this monitor that has FreeSync 2, this also requires that the monitor has to be a certain type of brightness, and this is also a Vesa certified 400 monitor, which means that this monitor is able to reach 400 nits of peak brightness. That is really cool, especially if you're playing HDR games. That is something that is very necessary to take advantage of HDR. So this is also a VA panel, which means that the contrast ratio is going to be really good. 3000 to 1 contrast ratio compared to an IPS will be 1000 to 1. So you're going to have better black levels whenever you are either playing a game or playing a movie. Don't mess with Jolster. Come on. I don't have any more grenades. Yes! We are taking the lead, guys. Oh! Oh, Jesus, it almost killed me. Oh, man, we got... Wait. Yeah. Got some company here. Oh, shit. Oh, shit, we got a helicopter, too. I'm going bye-bye. Jesus. But first... What? Come on. Oh, shit. Oh, man, they finally killed me. Alright, guys, let's move on to another game. Are you guys excited for the new Cyberpunk 2077? Jesus, I am definitely getting this game. Looks absolutely beautiful. The gameplay, the style, man, the design, the weapons. Jesus. I'm running this on YouTube so you guys can see, just have a glimpse of how this game looks and how the display looks. Beautiful display. We have an appointment with our Ripper Doc today. A crowd and community system to create the most believable city in any open world game to date. The city's streets are bustling with crowds of people from all facets of life, all living their lives within a full day and night cycle. My God, look how rich this game looks. Absolutely beautiful. Can't wait to get my hands on it. Okay, there's Jackie. Let's get into some action, guys.
Hey, carnal!
That's my car.
Hey, you got a problem?
Carnal! Like, I love this guy.
This guy looks an awful lot like one of those scavengers we took out earlier.
Jeez, that's so cool, the car.
Something tells me that wasn't no coincidence, huh?
How cool is this, guys?
Jackie's car is a super-powered sports car running on Chew 2, the super fuel of the future.
The super
Players can explore Night City freely, in many different cars, on bikes, and in other types of vehicles.
This does not look good. Puta madre!
Grab the wheel, Jack!
Oh, fuck!
It looks like the scavengers from earlier are still angry.
They're pulling ahead, Ida. Watch it now. Got it. All right.
I think we got rid of him. That was intense.
Nice.
Shit! The fuck was that? Hells.
Night City never sleeps. Danger lurks around every corner, even in daytime.
Alright, guys, so I'm gonna finish this video right now. If you guys have any questions, let me know in the comments below. If you guys wanted me to try something, on my next video I'm gonna try with the PlayStation. Also, I'm gonna do some with my PC. And then after a few videos, I'm gonna do my review, my final review. This is not a review, remember. This is just a first look with the Xbox One X. I'll show you the settings. I show you some of the features of this monitor. And but I'm going to continue to be working on this one and also on the Samsung Q6 almost at the same time. So I hope you enjoy the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. I'm Joelster, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Joelster out.
Represents Militech.